We're in chapter 4 now, and let's talk about how to avoid some common decision errors. The first error that we're going to talk about is using an assignment error operator, which is the single equal sign. Now, a single equal sign is an assignment operator, not a comparison operator. Okay? Now, the comparison operator is the double equal sign. So, if I see something that says m followed by an equal sign 2, I'm assigning the value 2 to m. Okay. If I see m, the equal sign 2, that statement says m and 2 are equivalent. So one's an equivalency and the other is assignment. Okay. It's a common problem where people we get used to that math aspect of it. And it's a little bit different in programming. It's an easy mistake to make. And because in English we say equals and not equivalent, we get jammed up. Now another mistake is inserting a semicolon after the Boolean expression in an if statement. And it depends on the language we're dealing with. In C# you don't. Instead of waiting until the entire statement is complete, we have to say our conditional the correct way. Okay, the semicolon in C# is our way of saying we've got the end of the line. For example, if you if you set a score to 65, and then say if score greater than or equal to 70, right line passing, depending on where you put the semicolon, it's going to create a logical error. Now, we've got to be careful. I've got the videos and the exercises where I'll show you the syntax when it comes to, and I've talked about it in the previous chapters, where to put the semicolons, how to indent, the shortcuts to get your indentation straight and not have problems. When to use and or. We know what and or mean. If this and that are true, then they both have to be true. If this or that, either one can be true. But sometimes people will try to use and or as well in the same conditional. And this is something that we've run into a lot of problems because we get jammed up with it. We really get jammed up with it because it's only going to work as far as it needs to work, and then it's going to go and say, all right, we're done. We did what we needed to do. Okay. So we've got, let's see what else we've got in this chapter. All right. If you combine and or, let's talk with and or just a little bit more. Okay. If you do them in the single statement, one statement, and whatever you do, and takes precedence over the or. Suppose you get a memo from your boss that says, for weekend deliveries, that means Saturday or Sunday, of packages over 30 pounds, we need to charge an extra $10. Suppose you have a package whose weight is 15 and whose scheduled delivery day is Saturday. You might write a statement like, if day equals Saturday or day equals Sunday, and weight is greater than 30, extra charge equals 10. And one of the things we have to be careful with is the order that we write them, and be clear about what happens first. Now, just like in any of our mathematical calculations, parentheses really help us. So we can wrap things in parentheses to make clear where that extra charge is associated. Okay? So just understand that and will happen first, and we've got to be real careful. We'll play with it over time and see which ones work, how to wrap it in parentheses, and it's just one of those things that we get used to over time. All right. So if you run into problems with any of your little projects at the end, and I say little projects, I've tried to keep them small, let me know. I've got videos for it seems like everything now, and I'll see you in the next chapter.